Don't do that. Okay, don't mess with the computer. It's already breaking down. Anyway, so yeah, the thumbnail. That was me. We'll get to that in a minute why that was. All right, but for week 6, anyway. So week 6, Thursday night football was the Philadelphia at New York Giants, where my boy Cam Scatterboo had himself a day, but he's on the bench, so it didn't really help me so much. We'll get to that later. But Jalen Hurts did go for beating golf. He had 20 points in their matchup against the Dallas Llamas. AJ Brown had 80 yards for 8 points for Carlos in his win. And Wandell Robinson had 84 and a touchdown for 14 points for Butarski, also to win. It's funny because in all these cases, Jalen Hurts was for beating golf. Adamas Lamas had Saquon Barkley had 5. AJ Brown had the 8. Devontae Smith played for Full Mooney, who is playing that week. He only had 4. Wanda Robinson had the 14. And Heim Maneuver, his opponent, had Philadelphia defense. So everyone who had someone Monday Night Football had someone else who they were playing, had somebody, and they like doubled what the other person's got, or more than doubled in most cases. So to keep it fair, all 3 of them are going to be fire starters. Mr. Jalen Hurts, Mr. AJ Brown, and Mr. Wandell Robinson got the fire brewing and got those guys a whole bunch of wins. For the zeros, we only had 4 weeks 6, so we did pretty good. I got my first one, I think, no, my second one after last week's negative defense with Mr. Isaiah Bond with a big 0 for me. Quinshawn Junkins is 0 for beating golf. And Dalton Kincaid, another 0 for beating golf. And San Francisco defense, 0 for Lutarski, who, okay, so making sure it wasn't Carlos. Yeah, so, and they took on Tampa Bay. Again, Tampa Bay, don't start your defense against Tampa Bay. Clearly, that's not the way to do it. But the biggest 0 would be Quinton Johnston for beating golf. Dalton Kincaid was also out. Both of them were out to start before the game. But Dalton Kincaid, I think it was a game time call, so if you woke up late. But Quinton Johnston was out since like Thursday or Friday. So he should have took him out the line. Besides the point, we're going to keep moving. The heroes for week 6, along with Jalen Hurts, Thursday night fire starter, beating golf, had Teddy McMillan get his first touchdown, which he got 2 of for 14 points, and then CMC gave him 16 to beat Adamas Llamas 79-69. You come over here. You want to read a little bit? Okay. And High Maneuver was again in a matchup of the 2 lowest scoring teams, but this week he fell 63 to 46 as Utarsi got the W behind Wandell, Thursday night fire starter, and 15 points from Jamar Chase. Carlos had another huge week from Rico Dotto with 183 and 183 rushing with 56 yards receiving and a touchdown for 29 points to lead him to a 91-85 win over Full Mooney. And then Dr. Mostabagan put up 97, led by 20 from Daniel Jones and George Pickens each, as they got the 97-64 win over Backers Bag of Tricks. And then the Sickos got 15 points for Brian Thomas and 16 points from McConkey, as they both got touchdowns to lead him to an 80-59 win over Joski. K-Dog's kids put up 92 to take down King Rich by 20 points, 92-72, behind big games from Dak Prescott's 22. And again, Jonathan Taylor, who's just having a heck of a year, 19 points, as well as the Rams defense, who had a block and 3 turnovers for 17 points to help K-Dog get the win. And then the matchup of the week, that's not even me saying it. That's just Yahoo. That's Yahoo, baby. They know I got that fire. They know I bring the ratings in. They know what's going on. But in the match of the week, lived up to the hype with a combined 225 points with OG Billy Witch Doctor sinking the Mayflower. We're saving the natives, man. I'm taking down that goddamn Columbus rapist motherfucker. I'm taking this shit down. We're saving the fucking natives, man. Anyway, the Mayflower got sunk 119-106. The Mayflower, they came out swinging. They had some big hits with 2 26-pointers from Drake May and Devon Chen. But on Sunday night, the career, lifetime OG Billy Witch Doctor, Mr. Patrick motherfucking Mahomes, baby, put up 257 yards. put up 250 yards rush passing with 3 touchdowns, 32 yards rushing. Still, he's the leading rusher for Kansas City, and another rushing touchdown for 31 points. And then, when I need him the most, Mr. Bijan Robinson. We'll get to that in a minute. But for Willie Beeman, for week 6, we had some good guys. We had Jackson Smith-Njigba again, 162 and a touchdown, but he was last week's, so we got to get someone new. We had Kendrick Bourne, 142 yards for 14 points for OG Blitzdoctor. Teddy Millen again had his first touchdown. He got 2 of them, 14 points for OG Billy Witchdoctor. And then Tyler Warren, again for goes back to tricks with 63 and a touchdown for 12 points. George Pickens had 168 and a touchdown for 22 for Dr. Miles Toboggan, MD. Wan'Dale Robinson's 84 and a touchdown for 14 points for Butarski. But, and this could be one of the worst Willie Beamans of all time, because again, the idea is someone who's going to have a great year the rest of the year. But man, you can't. What he's done the last 2 weeks, he deserves some shine. He deserves to get something for that. And Chuba Hubbard might be knocking him off the platform, but I'm not. I'm gonna give it to him, Mr. Rico Dowdle, who Carlos started both weeks. He paid attention. He knew he was gonna play. He knew he was gonna start. He gave him a shot. Rico Dowdle had 183 yards rushing, 56 yards receiving, and a touchdown. He, for 29 points, he is the week 6 Willie Beeman for 25-26 season. And then the share turn back the clock. We got 2 of them for week 6. The first one is Mr. Damas Lamas, who lost by 10 points. That's a big share, man. 69-79 to beaten golf. He started Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley had 5 points, and Travis Etienne had 4 points. Well, on the bench, he had Mr. DeAndre Swift, who had 100 yards rushing, 67 yards receiving, and a touchdown for 22 points. He could have won 86-79 or 87-79 if he would have started him over either of his running backs. And then Full Mooney lost by 6 points, 85-91 to Carlos. He started Ramondre Stevenson, who had 1 point. While on the bench, he had Kamani Vidal, had 124 yards rushing and 14 yards receiving with a touchdown for 19 points. If he would have started Mr. Vidal over Mr. Stevenson, he would have won 103-91. And then the Danny Green comeback of the life. No, it's not that dramatic, but it was pretty good. OG Billish Doctor went into Monday Night Football down 17 points. That's a good chunk. Down 17 points, 86-103 to the Mayflower. And I was actually down a little more. I was down 17 points. Plus, the Mayflower had Roma Dunze, who's been killing it. He had Roma Dunze going on Monday Night Football as well. But OG Billy Witch Doctor was able to get the comeback as I had both my running backs, Bijan Robinson and Ja'Cory Crosky-Merritt. Now, while Mr. Bill Crosky only got me 4 points, my guy, Bijan had himself a day, 107 yards rushing with a touchdown. The one was, I think it was a 71-yard rush. It was great. It was beautiful. Did you watch it? It's great. It's magnificent. Also, 68 yards receiving for 29 points to give me the comeback win of the week. And there you go. All right. That was week 6. Week 7 is on the way. I'm actually I gotta write down Jamar Chase. That boy had himself a day. We had some little fire starter for sure. But we'll get to that later. You guys have a good one. Take it easy.